Perfect. All right, let's get started. Welcome back to the stream or to the video or whatever you're watching. We're going to do some chess training today. We're going to start with some tactics, move on to some chesspuzzle.net, and we'll see where we go from there. Chess tempo tactics I find to be quite a bit harder. Seems like this one, I would take the knight. If they take the rook is hanging, take the knight, take with the queen. Wait, yeah, if they take with the queen, I take back. I think this just hangs a piece. Like, this looks like a very easy one. Ah, see, this is why they're not as easy. It's not as simple as I thought it was going to be. And in fact, now I'm like, uh-oh. Oh boy, if this was a real game, I'd be panicking. Have I lost? Did that cost me the game? What do I do here? If I take the pawn, takes the queen, I take the rook, and then he even pins the bishop. I can unpin, but I don't gain much. How do I hold on to everything here? Do I play bishop f3, but then he just takes with the queen? Do I simply move the queen, let him have... Yes, so I think I see it. I put the queen on b2. When he takes the piece back, now I put the rook on c1 and pin the queen. Wow, that's not even the answer. Okie dokie. The answer was bishop e4, holding on to everything. But what if they push the pawn with the pin? Then what? I don't know. I assume we can put on the engine here. What? Oh, this is not analyzing. What is happening? Where's the engine? I think one of these does the engine. Database, PGN, board settings, rotate, full screen, variations. What now? Okay. I'm very surprised. I don't understand why there's not just engine here immediately helping you out. And especially if I click analyze, I would assume that would lead right to the engine. So this is quite confusing. I'm pretty sure I ran into the exact problem before, and then it was an easy solution, and I was able to move on with my life. Right now, I'm really struggling finding out how on Chess Tempo you do this, but I've missed some chatting. What's up, Danjamin? Royal Capybara. Hello, hope I Love Casting wasn't dissuaded from playing future arenas. She wasn't dissuaded. She definitely was not happy. She lost all of her games, and that was fine. She was frustrated that she kept getting paired against people really high rated. She wanted to play against one of the lower rated people, and she didn't get that opportunity. Why would you panic? You're up a piece. Yep, that's true. No, that's not true. You're right that I was up a piece. That would be up a piece, but I would still panic because I would be like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't calculate this correctly. This is worrying." And then I would get it together, but I definitely panic when I first make a big mistake. Okay, so in this line, the answer is there, and then it takes, we take back. If they take here, we take, and it's fine. Okay, why didn't my move work though? I thought my move was great. Like, this move seems like such a strong move. And then if they take, this wins. So they can't take. They would have to do something else. They can take this way, of course. Yeah, that works. Okay, I can't find the engine, but apparently I don't need the engine. Let's move on. Okay. Material is, we are up and then, no, we are not up a piece. Material's pretty even. We are attacking their pawn on e6, but they are attacking our rook. We've got some interesting things like knight to g5, and then trying to make some threats there. Like, I think we could potentially give up that rook if we want, but we need several moves, right? Like, it's knight g5, queen h4. They don't see it. You know, that's like a lot. So obviously that doesn't work. But knight g5, bishop takes, knight takes e6 is interesting. We are hitting their queen. We're getting an exchange back if we want. Then when they move the queen, we can play bishop takes g6. They take back. We can't actually check on h4 because that's covered, and we can't check on h5 because that's covered. So maybe that doesn't work super well. Yeah, these puzzles are much harder. Kevin, we got one game in yesterday. We did, or you did? I didn't remember that we played, unless I forget. Maybe you have a different name now in there that I'm forgetting. There. Man. Okay. Why aren't I considering knight takes f2? And then I'm threatening to take the knight on g6. If they take, now I do have the check on h4. They can move to g8. Doesn't look amazing. So the best thing I'm seeing is knight takes, rook takes, bishop takes, h7 takes. Oh, it is great because it's a check with a fork on the rook on f2. Yeah, that works very well. Okay, so we're going boom, boom, takes. Again, a move I wasn't quite ready for, and this is mate also on f1. Okay. So we can't just ignore it and play like queen h5 threatening mate. I could play king g1, stopping the mate threat. Then if they take, they have the same problem. I could also just move the bishop, stopping the mate threat. I don't see a great square for that. I'm not even sure I see a square that doesn't basically lose the bishop. Yeah, I think the move is moving the king over. Oh, I didn't think that was the move, to be honest. Okay. Oh, yeah, so much better, right? We can protect the square and save our piece at the same time. I was trying to leave the the lure there, but yeah, that makes much more sense. Oh, okay, your speed limit 55. I forget, how did our game go? I assume you won. I was doing really well at the beginning, and then it just totally fell apart. Yeah. Capybara guy. It's funny because if you just gave me this position and said, okay, you're up a piece, can you save this piece and stop this mate? I'd be like, bishop d3? Duh. Like, how is this even a puzzle? But, like, I had this whole narrative going, right? Of, like, okay, they're going to take, and we're going to get this fork, and all this stuff is happening. Chess is just so interesting like that. If I could just, I don't know. It's like, on the one hand, if I could just reset after every move, I'd be better off. But then on the other hand, no, I wouldn't be. It's all dependent on the situation. I don't know. Okay, so here, we're even. Bishop c5 looks interesting with the pin. But I guess if they take our rook with their knight, they're hitting our queen. So we would be, after boom, boom, we're actually down a full rook. and they might get more. So that's not quite going to work. I was looking for a moment at queen takes d4, thinking queen takes bishop c5, pinning the queen to the king, but the king is not on that diagonal. And I don't see a way to get him on the diagonal either. We do have the interesting idea of rook takes g2, king takes bishop c4 with that pin, but they can't just back up the rook again. And I think we'll have a hard time winning that piece. I don't think that works out. And then we're down exchange. What else can we do here? We could go rook c3, trying to dislodge the queen from the defense. With the knight, let's say the queen goes to not a ton of choices. Let's say the queen goes simply to d2. It's not hanging. We do have the discovery with the rook, but there are no checks for the discovery. Man, this is very hard for me for some reason. Okay. There's also taking the rook with check with the queen. That's got to be factored into all of the different possibilities here. Maybe it is rook c4. But then the knight just moves, takes the bishop, and wins. No, not wins, but we just take back and it's even. Man, this is very hard. I don't know why it's so hard. I'll be curious to see if you all thought it was hard. If you're like, this is very easy, you're missing something obvious. Maybe I'm putting too much emphasis. Well, I mean, I've looked at the knight and how to attack that. I've looked at attacking the queen. I've looked at attacking the bishop. I've looked at attacking the rook. I've looked at everything. Like, there's nothing left to look at. And our rook is in jeopardy, so we have to make some kind of move here. Okay, if I attack the queen, I think I was saying they could take our bishop. They can't do that. They have to move. They have to move the knight. So they move the knight. Sorry, they have to move the queen if we attack the queen. We attack the queen. They move the queen to d2. Yeah, I think that's where I found that this didn't work very well. But maybe it does. No, that doesn't work. I was thinking we could put the rook on d3 and hit the queen, but then our queen would fall. Yeah, I think I'm at a loss for this one. I think I'm going to play queen. This just feels like the right move, but I could not quite solve as to why it was the right move. Oh, the queen is being backed up. I missed that. So if I move the rook to d3, takes, hitting the rook, hitting the knight. Yeah, that should work. Okay, that is the piece of this that I messed up. Okay, got there. Rook c3, queen e2, rook takes h3. Okay. Got the check. We're hitting the queen for free. But I do have to resolve the check. There's 3 different ways I can resolve the check. Also, they can take our queen immediately. Their knight is falling. If they take the queen, we take back. We check on c1. Move the king to f2. Okay. Actually, that would lead to mate. What I'm looking at, I'm not spelling this out very well, is if we go like move out of the way, they take our queen, I take their queen, they move the knight to safety, then I check on c8, they move to f2, I think rook f1 is mate. Okay, so that's like what I'm working with in the background of this calculation. So first step is, what if I go king h8? The only check is queen d4. I would have to take. They take back with the pawn, and then I win the knight, and I'm just winning. I think if I move out to either other square, they have easier checks that have more impact. So we can go here. Yep, we take here. They go there. That I missed again. I have that fork that wins if it could win. So fork king, and I can't check on c2. Wish I could draw arrows. Rook c1, king f2. I don't think that works. I could do rook takes e3 to start with. And then, yeah, that's much better. Then he can't really go here as easily. Because I get to check. If he takes, I take the knight. Yeah, and if he goes back, he loses. Okay. My goodness, we got there. It was not easy. It's not easy. Okay, the big pawn capture. I don't know what all that is. Got this interesting check on e3. They can block it two different ways, though. Could go queen h4 check, block, bishop takes, pawn takes, queen takes, check, king moves, take the queen, takes, move our rook. And we're up an exchange there in that line. But there's so many other things they can do. Like if I go queen h4 check, they don't have to block. They could just move. Though just moving in the early game, like with so many pieces on the board, does seem a little bit dangerous. So I think this works pretty well. Check there, check. I guess here would be like, that would be the problem actually. They could just move. So let's say they move to e2. This bishop is falling. So I have to figure something out. I could check, move, takes, there, move the bishop, but then the rook is falling. So maybe this plan doesn't work at all. No. I'm going to do this. I don't know what the answer is. This looks reasonable enough. Oh, okay, the answer is to go there. I looked at that. And I was like, no, that's even worse. But, oh well. I missed that one. Okay, we've got the fork. I mean, if it's something other than taking, it would be shocking. Truly shocking. We have to take or we lost. Okay, so now here's the question. We're going to lose this bishop. But we have a lot of pressure on this wide open king with like queen b7 coming in. We're very close to mating or at least winning the queen. So how do we handle this check? 3 options again, like last time. If we move to h7, they have... Oh, I can't move to h7. That's out. Move to h8. And then they can check with the knight if they want. We would take... That looks pretty solid. If we take the pawn, it seems less solid because they can play queen c4. So I think the answer is actually just moving over there. Alright, what if we played queen c4? I mean king here. What's the problem with that move? The problem is... So first of all, no, they can't take. I think they lose. So they go here, and here, and here. I think this is losing. I'm pretty sure this is going to win. No matter how you do it. It comes in here, here, and here. So that, you can't get away there. So why does this not work? I calculated it worked. I don't know, this is where I need the engine. This is where I need some engine help. See if we can get it. Clicked analyze. Analysis board, nothing. I'm sure it was in here somewhere. Annotate, autoplay, folding, creations, full screen, board settings. No, that is not what I wanted. Man, I did this whole thing once before. I complained about how I couldn't use the engine. I posted on Twitter, and someone was like, it's very easy to do this. And now here I am once more, going to exact same problems. Okay. Looks like we can put stockfish on here. Okay. What? Is it simply mate? Oh my goodness. Talk about overlooking something basic. Wow. It's just mate. It's just straight up mate. Okay, that's embarrassing. Yeah, you guys see it. I'm like, what? I don't understand this. Okay, I think we're gonna do like 2 more. What are we gonna do here? Wait to move. We are down of I don't know, 2 pieces for a rook. We do have c6, which looks on the face of it very good. So what's the problem with it? Why doesn't that work? Because if they move the rook, I take one of the knights, they take the knight, I'm up a full exchange. I'm not winning, but like I've got a pretty big lead. I don't know. If I push that pawn, I don't see anywhere great that rook can go. I guess the knight could go to b6. So push the pawn, knight b6, I take. Then they go back to e7 with the knight, and I can't queen out. Okay. But if I go c6, knight b6, take the piece, this, yeah, they can't stop that. Okay, that was easy. That was an easy one. Okay, we got there. Next. All right, there's another fork on d3 this time. Again, looks pretty easy. Is it too easy? I guess if I go knight d3, they could play bishop c6. No, because then if I take their queen, they're lost. All right, I'm gonna say this works. Son of a biscuit. This does not work. Wow, that is a very complicated one. Okay, why doesn't my move work? Why doesn't that work? We're gonna go here. What was it under? It was under. Show the PGN. Nope. I already lost track of where I found that. There we go. View in database. I said okay. So they went here. And I said this wins. The engine says, "No, you fool! They will just take your piece. What are you even doing?" Good question. What am I even doing? Well, yeah, I think we're done with that. I think my brain is a little too feeble today for chess tempo. I don't know what's going on. Let's go over to chesspuzzle.net. Do a couple inceptions. I believe the proprietor of chesspuzzle.net is the one and only Benedict, who won our Lee Chess Arena tournament this weekend. So that's pretty cool. Okay, everything on white's side is very safe. So it's hard to believe that black has like some out of this world tactic. The only thing I'm looking at is knight takes c3. It actually does work, doesn't it? Takes the rook, queen takes, we give up. You basically win an exchange in that line. So what I'm talking about is takes here, 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 here. Have to block, maybe here. And then yeah, black is better. They have to do it like that. If I take that pawn, yeah, it's a fork too. So yeah, I think black is winning. Black has a tactical shot here. The tactical shot is there. So it's interesting. I was almost ready to give up on there even being a tactic there, and I was like, well, there's one tactical idea in this position. I should at least calculate it, and I solved it. Here is interesting. Both sides attacking the other, but it doesn't feel like either side's attack is landing imminently. This bishop is covering this square, holding the knight out. If I were to go here, I could get my queen in like that to win. But how? I'd have to go like here, here, here. So do I have that kind of time on my hands? What if I got another move and I went here and my opponent just went there? It does seem to stymie that idea pretty well. To the point where I really not sure there's something. Actually, I should look at this. So here, threatening the bishop. Bishop only has one square. Then I could go here. Then I could go here, here, and maybe make that happen. So let's say I went here and they went here immediately. Well, then I could sneak in behind. And then I could go here, threatening mate. I really have that much time to just sneakily waltz in. They could play rook a4, and then I could play a3, and they could push the pawn. It does kind of look like I have just enough time to make all this happen, as wild as this looks. There's no way this can work, but I think this is what I would do in a game. I would play queen g4 and say, I think I'm doing pretty well here. Do you want to round with a Najdorf later? Yeah, let's do that in a minute, actually, because I'm kind of done with this. All right, white is better. White wins. Okay. Okay, and there's no solution. Simply white is better. And they want to play... Oh, yeah. There we go. Giving up the piece. Okay, so there we go. Solved that one. Not quite right, though. All right, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to play a little bit of Najdorf prep with our friend Fried Foxy. Need all the Najdorf prep I can get. I've been spending a lot of time the last couple of days trying to actually put together my repertoire, put it in chess book, do all the things. Okay, this looks very much just like we're in the opening. How could there be a game-winning tactic? Now, both sides seem to have their pieces placed pretty well. I mean, black's looking to come in here and invade. They can even help out with a knight also and really wreak some havoc. But white is also on their stuff. I don't really know who's winning this one. It's kind of interesting. This feels even to me. It feels like both sides have good pieces. A safe king. The middle's pretty fine. This just looks like an even middle game, but not a boring even middle game. Not a symmetrical one. Where a middle game where this could blow up at any moment and stuff could happen. So I'm going to say even. Okay. That is not the right answer. White has an edge. Okay. Because of white's piece activity. I'm not sure I buy that. This is one of the first times where I've said, I don't know about that. Reason being that these pieces are already very active. These pieces aren't active. Seems pretty even. Let's see the next couple moves of the game are like this and this. I mean, this is wild stuff. Okay, and then black's pieces are kind of getting pushed back. I don't know. I mean, where does the engine even say it is right now? The engine says white is up 2 now. But this whole G5 plan was pretty wild. Like, why lash out like that? Don't you have more peaceful things you could do that are fine? E5, A6 even. Just kind of bide your time. Alright. Engine likes white. Sounds good. Alright. Yeah, we're going to take on the challenge of Fried Foxy. We're going to do that now. Let's see. What's the best way for me to do that in a way that doesn't mess everything up? I think I can go back over to here. And he wants to play on lead chess. That's fine. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Wow. Showing all my studies. Jeez. All the secrets are out. Okay. So. I don't know. What are we playing, Fried Fox? We're playing 5-3, 3-2, 5-2, 5-1. What do you want to play? I'm going to propose 5-2. I don't know. I don't know if that's good. Okay. So lead chess is fine. 5-2. This will be good. I'm going to probably meet with my coach this week about specifically the Najdorf, so it'll be good to have a few games to be, talking about while I'm there. So we're gonna move. I'm gonna update the title to be Najdorf Practice, and that's gonna be leadchess.org. Okay, let's update them and let's do it. All right, I'm forgetting what his name is over here. It is, I think it's Understable. So let's do challenge a friend, standard. We'll do 5-2, so just a little bit faster. I'm going to be black. I am going to challenge. I wonder if Understable and I are not actually friends. That's kind of funny. I'm going to challenge Understable. Understable's going to play some stuff. Here we go. Let's play some Najdorf. It's so exciting to get to play a human. I'm playing some on Chessiverse, but it's hard to find humans to play. Alright, what's he going to do? What line? What? I haven't studied that line. What the hell is this? I literally have no idea on move 6. Oh no. It seems like this should be reasonable. And then playing h5 to stop g4. Now, playing like f3, g4 will work a lot better than normal because he's got the rook supporting this. So, I'm going to find out. Okay, so that was my worry. Is like, by playing e5, have I allowed him to do this? And then now I've weakened my grip over this square. Oh, I guess it's all going to fall apart. The answer is maybe. This might have been a really bad idea by me. I think I should probably just go here. Oh, I see. Okay, I also need to go here so that the bishop can't come in here and cause a lot of problems. Yep, and now the knight can just jump in and be like, haha, I own this whole town. Really? Okay. I can't go here. I'm going to go here. I'm assuming the bishop's going to come in here. I can kick the bishop, though, so maybe I'll be okay. Before we play the next game, I am going to look at what I'm supposed to do. I think that's the most useful way to spend our time. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I won't be shocked at all to see this move. Yeah, so I'm going to take this way so that if he takes, I can at least take back. Okay, he goes there. And if I take, the queen is almost assuredly the one who's taking. Oh, and he's hitting the rook too. Yikes. Okay, I think I just have to move the rook. This is certainly not how I drew this thing up. But I am on this pawn. Something just to kind of keep in the back of our minds. And then it's like, maybe here's a fine move. I think next, if I can, I'll castle. This pawn hanging is a little bit, I mean, it's not hanging, but it's very loose. Okay, yeah, to put more pressure on that pawn, I would think, which is a good idea. I think I'm gonna castle. I would assume castle long with the rook there. Yeah, that seems quite reasonable. Think about going here. Yeah, so the problem is here is an issue. I really want to go here. Such a cruddy place for a rook. I think I would rather go here. And that way everything is still kind of touching each other. And then I can still put this rook here. I don't want to be on the light squares. It just feels like if I go here, now my knight is stuck. Although now my knight... No, now my knight can go here and here if need be. But probably this is what I'm going to do next. At least start putting some pressure on the position. Because so far I've just played this like incredibly passive, like most boring Najdorf position you've ever had. Where you're like, so like we're attacking each other. I'm like, no, they're attacking me, and I just sit here and go, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Najdorf time, I don't know. Seems like Understable's not entirely sure what to do either, which is good. But he's not sure what to do because I've played all wrong. Whereas I'm not sure what to do because I don't know what the heck is happening. The different reasons for not knowing what to do. I'm a little bit tempted actually to go here and just get that off the board. It does kind of mess things up for me a bit. Would I want to do that? So here. And then there's not two pieces on this at least. I can take here, takes with the rook. Then I could even go here and maybe here. I think that's wrong. Let's see if I can figure out something better, but I'm probably going to do that. Just as a way to try to alleviate things. Because my queen is kind of trash. If they go here, that's great, and I can set that up. No, not if after I go here though. No, then it's kind of wonderful. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go here. I'm not sure that was right. It alleviated some pressure and then causes more problems, right? Like now the knight can come in here. Now they could just feasibly go like this and this. I don't think I've permanently fixed any of my problems, is my point. But what I liked about it is that I could go here, and now if they take here, I can put the knight here. Whereas before, I could not because the queen would take it. And then if they back up, I can go here. So since they're going to do that anyway, let's just take this guy. He's annoying. Hopefully they'll take this way, and I'll be super excited. So no. So don't do that. Let's go here. I assume here, then here. You know what? I'm tricking myself into thinking things aren't so bad. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Probably I'm wrong. Oh, right. I've got this idea. And I won't be able to take. Because this rook will hang after a row like this. What? Wait, huh? I didn't know that was hanging. What's going on? I do kind of like the idea of doing this. And saying, now your rooks are disconnected. Now this rook looks weird. It's kind of hanging out by itself. It's not super effective. I'm gonna go... Ooh, can I even go like here? Make his life a little bit challenging? Oh no, won't that just force him to go back? That seems crazy. I could go here. Threatening both of these. Actually, that looks kind of great. And then if he goes here, I can go here, here. I would take... I don't know. This actually could be reasonable. I don't think I want to take here, though. I think that's asking for a lot of trouble. So maybe just this is fine. And then I'm not doing as well as I thought I was. Ah. He could just go there. Right. Right. How did I miss that? Okay. If I go back to here, he's just going there. It feels fairly lost at that point. So I don't really want that. I think I'd rather wait till here and goes here. And then if there, then I'll go back. So I'm going to go here with the idea that maybe I get this in and then I'm pressuring here. Okay, no, he went the right way. What about this? Hitting both? What does he do? He can't go back all the way now. He's taking that away from him still. So if I go here, 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 I'm hitting this. Sure, let's do it like that. Can't come here. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Could go here. Then I go here, hitting this. Maybe here. I feel like it's not so bad. Like it could be much worse. In fact, is material just even now? Looks like it is. For the moment, the material is even. Okay, so he's going there. I can take here. If here, am I fully trapped? Is that a trap he's setting here? It kind of looks like it. Yeah, I think I'm fully trapped there. I could go here. Takes. This is gonna fall. Yeah, so like take. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna do this. I'm getting low on time. Let's make this move. Doesn't have a lot of choices. Okay, so he goes there. That's pretty shocking, actually. I guess it shouldn't be, right? Because it's just dropped a pawn. That's all it did. Okay, well, it didn't do anything for me. I'm going to go here. And now I'm down a pawn. Okay. He goes there. I go where? I'll just go here. Backing up the pawn. I'm not getting trapped back there anywhere. I'm gonna go here with the idea of going there. Probably just gonna come over, yep. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe here. Very low on time now. Incredibly low. Okay, goes there. I'll go here to protect the pawn. Also threatens to jump into there if something good seems to pop out. No. I'll go here. Just gonna try to move kind of quickly. Basically in dead skis. Okay. Just kind of daring him to say, how are you going to win? Clearly you're winning. That's not the issue. How are you going to win? I only have 8 seconds. I don't really have time to put together a winning plan here, but how are you going to win? Okay, that's one way. Yeah, I think I lost now. That was a good way. Oh! And I've lost. Okay, we need to take a moment. Rook G8. What? I know that's a move. Or is that Rook G1? But I don't actually know how to play against it. Okay, so the number one move is E5. B3. Okay, H5. I think is totally fine. That fits into my repertoire. But it does allow this move. And this is a fine way to meet it. And I don't know, the database says you're doing fine. What are you worried about? I thought this was a really good move. The engine does not fully agree. Says I can just go here. They play H4. I mean, it seems like I could take, but they like going back. What would happen if I took H1 back? Yes, it's beating him twice. Okay, so there's no reason for me to do that. I can just drop back. He goes here, and then I just develop normally. Oh, I guess I have to give up a pawn to do that, which I don't love gammoning pawns like that, where it's kind of like super nebulous compensation that is really hard to prove. Not the biggest fan of that. So maybe instead I play something like just develop pieces kind of like I did. Okay, so that's the move that the engine doesn't like. Saying maybe best would be this, and then after takes. Okay, so there's that. One last thing, actually. Okay, I'm not going to show you guys this. Off screen, I'm going to look at my own repertoire and see if I even have Rook G1 in my repertoire yet. I do. Okay, what I have in my repertoire is E5. And Bishop E6 on the next move. Not playing H5 right away. And then probably they'll play G4. And then I play D5. What? Okay. I don't think I like that. So I'm gonna make a note to myself. I don't love this. I'm going to say, look at h5 here, maybe. Ask coach about it. Okay, there we go. So we've got that resolved. We're going to ask coach about it. Is this preparation for tomorrow's game? This is not preparation for tomorrow's game. I'm not good enough to know who I'm playing tomorrow. I'm not good enough at reading the pairings. Like, I think I know who I'm playing, but I don't know what color I'll be. So yeah, Aaron, are you from the Tuesday Club? Is this you know who I think this is? the guy that I interviewed for the podcast? I don't know. Also, yeah, I don't think I've. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, there we go. Just ask Alexander. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Is this Alexander or no? All right, Foxy. I'm ready for another game though. I'll sort this out with Alexander here in a bit. Challenge a friend. 5-2 black. And we're playing against understable. Okay, let's do it. Oh, you're not from Cali. Okay. All right, you're just friends with Alex. Got it. Or Alexander. I actually don't know what he goes by. So you don't play at the Tuesday Club. Okay. You just know all about it. That's cool. All right, here we go. See what he's cooking up this time. What am I doing? I was pre-moving the wrong move. All right, what's he got? Understable plays a variety of things against the Najdorf. I don't know if he actually does or if he just is helping me. I'm not entirely sure what's happening with Understable and his vast knowledge of the white side of the Najdorf. But it's pretty impressive. Okay. This one I spent quite a bit of time on, so hopefully I'll have at least the beginning correct. And then we'll see from there. Okay. This move I normally make here. There's the big problem is this. You have to kind of get castled pretty quick before you can start lashing out with cool moves. So I'm going to castle, and now that's kind of taken care of. Yes, you can still sack if I go here and go here. Wait, that looks like it would win an exchange, right? Hold on. Takes. I would move the queen. Do I have some awesome move with the queen? No, it doesn't look like it. Because I thought my next move was here. So now I'm very confused about this line. I'm pretty sure that's the move. Move is here. No. I've fallen for this problem before. Here, and it runs into that. So I got to go here first. And then if here... I still don't quite understand what I'm supposed to do with my queen. But I also have that. I don't. Okay, but this is a different line. So let's engage with the line in front of us. I have to think G6, H6 is right. And then if they push, I would just take. And I think I'm fine with that. And if they try to prep it with this and this, then I don't know. I think I'm okay. All these lines, I don't know. Wait, I could have also just... No, I could not just take that. Okay, but I did have something I missed there. I could have simply gone here. And I think maybe that's the answer. Is to go here. If there, takes. Oh, it's getting real crazy real quick. Okay, I like this, I think. Letting me hit this a second time. So if push, maybe I can just take. Okay, so they're resolving that potential problem. Here... Looks like they can just jump into here pretty easily. And it makes that bishop much better than I would rather it was. I can now play queen b6 if I would like. And and that bishop is hanging behind the knight. But then I think they can resolve that by playing like queen d2, and now I'm back. Now I'm the one who's in trouble from that exchange. Boy, I don't really know. What about knight b6 hitting the knight? I think I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is right. I still think this is not a bad idea. Boom. And then what am I doing from there? Where's this bishop? Maybe the queen goes here? Hitting there. Takes. They've given up 2 pieces for a rook and 2 pawns. I don't know. That seems good. I don't know. Once more, something else I'm going to have to look at in my Najdorf repertoire. Why doesn't that just work? Especially if they played if he played something different and I played knight d7. You just know Alex from the podcast. That's how I know he prepares well. Other than that, I don't know him. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I'm sure Alexander will know who I'm playing, what they play as white and black. I haven't gotten to that place yet in my chess, and I do have time this week. Like, I'm off. I could spend all day tomorrow prepping for my opponent. And I imagine there would be some value in that. For some reason, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know why I'm kind of resistant to doing that. It's not like an ethics thing. It's not I don't know. I don't know exactly why. Is it a laziness thing? I like to think I'm not lazy with my chess. I work quite hard at it. So I don't know. I don't quite understand what it is. Okay, so I'm getting this knight out of here because I'm terrified of this combo. And I'm thrilled to be able to rectify that. And then whatever piece he takes with, I could play e5 if I want. I'll have to decide if I do want. Other moves I'm looking at are both of these moves. Getting on the c file, pestering that knight. I just feel like if I play here, ooh, I don't know. Now I'm looking at something like, I don't think this works. Here. No, that works. Probably rook c8 seems fine. Okay, what am I doing after this? I'm going here. I'm going here. Yeah. I don't know. This seems fine. I'm not sure that that's a good move. I think one of the other problems I'm kind of having with the Najdorf is this whole approach of like, this seems fine, works really well in a lot of openings. And the Najdorf does not work as well. Like, it's usually pretty sharp, and just being imprecise and saying like, I don't know, I think this will be good, does not always lead to success. Okay. So he does castle long, which I'm kind of happy about. I'm also looking at this idea, or was. I think that idea is worse now. Yeah, I don't really know what to do. I'm going to play here. I'm not sure that's a good plan. Suddenly this bishop's very good. Suddenly now this is a backwards pawn. It is very Najdorfy. I'm going to go here. Takes. That should be fine. Yeah, I don't think I want him over here. He's just kind of in the way. In the way isn't quite the right word I want to use. He's like a target. That's more the word I want to use. Oh, black gave me time. Or he gave me time. I didn't even realize it was getting low. Yeah, I guess this is a problem, right? So I'm going to push. And just kind of say like, well, then if I get to push here too, I'm going to be pretty happy. Okay, he's not going to let me push them both. But maybe that's okay. Maybe I just push here. It's gonna be a little hard to target this, but I guess maybe not. Like here, 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 here is mate. Kind of boxed myself in. Wait, what? I thought I pushed that pawn. I'm not able to because it would be check. Because, all because I did the other thing. Okay. So now things are getting very bad. Let's go here. That's really funny. I was like, I thought I already moved. Nope, I did not move. I won't be shocked to see this. And then I'll probably just have to move. I feel like mate isn't super far away. Yeah, and after this guy, if he took there, I don't know what this knight is even doing here. Okay. All my pieces are not working well together. I could actually take here, which I think would be a terrible plan. Okay, I think here is the way to go. Oh boy, now I'm forced to come out to guard the piece. Oh man, I'm really playing poorly here. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Yeah, things went from not great to like pretty dang bad. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go here. Uh-huh. Yeah, that doesn't work actually. Too many pins hanging around this place. Probably we could just call this one. Unfortunately, understable keeps giving me more time, so I can't just be put out of my misery. Oh, man. Okay, that was pretty good. Let's take this way. And this comes, but it doesn't. Yeah, what's that? No, let's take this way. I'm somehow winning after all of this? Is that accurate? I've got that. I guess the knight is going here. No, then this happens. Here? I don't know. I think it's gonna get this. And then maybe I'll go here. What a messy situation. I thought this was the whole point. So now I'm a little confused. Okay. I guess he still has that move is the problem. It's not like that move has gone away. Yeah, now I don't have that. Boy. I'm gonna go here. Okay. I'll go here. That square is an issue. Can't let him get on that. And that looks so bad. Okay. I mean, if he takes its mate, so take the free piece, buddy. That's not mate. The square is covered. Oh no. Okay. Well, I don't know what you want. Okay. Let's take a look at this one. Where did I go wrong here? Thought this was all fine. I'm quite okay. So that's not the number one move, but that's fine. So this is all theory. This is all stuff. G4. Okay. So this is where I got tripped up. And there is a pretty good response to this I'm seeing immediately. It's just I could have threatened to hit this twice. And now he can't push there, right? So he's got to like cover it first. And in covering it, now I have a move. The database suggests either either D5 or a knight. I like the knight out. And then if G5, we just come back and kind of say like, you know, now this is hanging. You can cover it with this, probably here or here, and this looks much better. Like this looks fine. I really panicked about G4. Like G4 really freaked me out. And I played H6, and this is just straight up blunder. According to the engine's like, you've lost now. The move was so bad, you've lost. Because it basically gave them a hook, right? Like they're trying to, but then he didn't take advantage of his hook. The computer's like, just push your hook, man. Like make this happen, and then maybe take here or push whatever you want. And now things are way better for white. It's crushing me. Understable took a little bit more modest approach, and my counterplay was pretty good until I went here. Engine likes just getting out of the way first. Probably gonna castle, and now we can play rook c8, which I imagine is where we went. I think we just, yeah. Oh goodness, yeah. And this was a terrible move. I knew this was a terrible move. Okay, I knew it was a terrible move, but I was like, I should do it anyway. I should do it anyway. No, I appreciate the time, Fried Foxy. That was kind of you. I was just getting frustrated with myself that I wasn't making good moves. Okay, and then I can go here, and this is fine. This is reasonable. So, bottom line, going back, I think the takeaway here is that I knew this opening theory, but then when it came to making a good move, that is where the problem came in. This isn't really opening theory anymore. This is just playing Najdorf positions. And this is just a move I needed to make anyway, right? And we saw this was the next move I made, but first I made a terrible move, then made the right move. So if I just make the right move first and not make the terrible move, then things are much better. So let me write this one down, and then we can play maybe one more. Maybe two more. We'll see what Fried Fox is up to. Okay, let me make sure I have this in my repertoire here. Oh, okay. There was also another question I had. Okay, so he played G4 here. Right here, right? No. First he went here. And then I castled. Then he played G4 here. Okay. And I think I want to put... Wow, interestingly... Oh no, because there's another move in between. Okay, whatever. I'll just have to come back to it. That's fine. But what I'm more concerned about is why couldn't he just do this? This doesn't work. This is winning for white. I mean for black. Because it's covering this. Okay. But later in the game, when I moved it here, why can't he go here, 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 queen e8, knight. Huh? So I can go knight e4. That seems very strange. Because if here, 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 don't I get away? Oh, now I'm on here. Jeez. Okay. Okay. So there's like some pretty tactical ideas in here. It's not simply that. And even more so, after this, the computer likes to immediately go here for these same ideas. Now we've opened this up. So like, I'm missing some kind of basics here that I need to have my head around better. Okay. Well, there we go. That was very helpful. Yes, let's do one more. Person whose name I do not know. I don't play Go. I played Go very briefly in college as part of my, like, I'm an intellectual. I want to try the intellectual games of the world. But I did not ever actually play Go. In fact, now I don't even know the rules of Go. I assume it's something like you play a piece, I play a piece, but I don't actually know the rules. But I do remember trying it and thinking like, oh, this is a cool game. All right, here we go. Nope, nope, nope. Almost messed up the move order. What am I doing? Okay. Does this all look okay? I forgot to switch the scene. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Okay. And he played bishop e2. Perfect. That's a good one to practice. I feel like this is one I should know pretty well. I'll go here. And then basically it's just copying my opponent. If they play bishop here, I play bishop there. If they castle, I castle. The point being that like f4 can be dangerous, but if you're copying them, it tends to be fine. And then whenever they go in here, I'm pretty sure I take here, and this kind of fixes my problems. And then I can go here, here, and this is fine. And then I'm not sure if I go here or castle first. I think in this line it doesn't matter as much because it's not nearly as sharp as other lines. Like if I castle and he plays f4, I think it should be fine. Like in some lines, if you castle too early and they get their quick f4 in, it's kind of a disaster. Yeah, I think this should be good. And then I think it's just here, maybe even here to put pressure there. Only on it once. How are they going to back it up? There, there. I guess here, but then I would... Oh, I can't take that. I could go like here, here, here. Definitely here is the next move, though. And I'm not really sure where the knight is going, so I'm going to develop the rook here. Probably play b5. Do things like that. Just kind of play normal Najdorf moves. It feels like a very regular position now. Okay. Is the stream frozen over there? I think it is on that. Not the stream, but my restream thing is weird. It's like so far behind. Okay, castles. Let's develop the knight. Seems very reasonable. I wonder if I should have played b5 first because of a4, but I guess the problem is anytime I play b5, then they can play a4, and it's kind of annoying. So I think maybe it's just fine to continue this way. I guess I have this anytime I want, which is a little bit surprising. I don't know if I'm supposed to want that. Okay, I like that idea, stopping me from one of my key sort of ideas and motifs here. That seems good. I'm wondering about here, here. Because I don't really want to go here and then be like takes, takes. Maybe that's fine. Maybe that's actually great. Takes, takes, takes. I guess it's still kind of an isolated pawn because I can't get my pawn here to back it up. So I think I like the pawn structure. I think I want to keep that intact. This feels kind of like a target. This feels a bit like a target. I'm wondering about here into here. And then I think I'd be happy with this move. I would be happy with takes, takes, having him here. So yeah, I'm going to do this. I don't know if this is right. This feels like a weird position to me that I'm not fully understanding. But that's okay. These are training games. We're learning. There, yeah. I think I like this. I feel like it can't really stop me from playing knight c5. And then if he wow, okay. Very happy about that. Weakening the king a bit to kick my knight to the square I wanted him. So, okay. And this is what Foxy wanted too, which worries me. Anytime Foxy wants it, I'm like, uh-oh. Foxy's better than me. Maybe I've missed something. I guess maybe the plan is to go c4, c5. Maybe that's what's happening. I think this seems fine. Here, maybe even here. Hitting this pawn. I'm also looking at ideas like this. And then here. I don't think he can push, right? Takes. Maybe there's some ideas of pinning there. Look at it one more time. Push, takes. There. No, the pin doesn't really do anything. I'm also looking at bishop g5 right now. Trading my bishop, which looks like a pretty bad bishop at the moment. Maybe... No, he doesn't have a good spot for the bishop. Probably bishop f2, actually, is what he'd have to play. Okay. I'm not sure about this, but I'm going to go here. I'm a little bit torn on that move. I'm kind of thinking about this now, and trying to actually get my own attack started, because his pieces look a little jumbled. Got this nice queenside attack going, but I don't think it's going anywhere. So yeah, let's push through our own. Let's not just sit back like cowards. Yeah, and after this looks kind of good. Here. Wait, does that work? Takes. Then maybe here? So can't take. Probably not. The king moves out of the... Well, I don't know. Yeah, king moves to h2. And the bishop can't move when the pin is broken. So I don't think that quite works. But I think I have some stuff here. There's also the knight, if I wanted to, could swing around into the attack on f6. I don't know. It's interesting. The downside with f4 seems to be that my bishop is even worse, right? Which is kind of annoying. It's like I could go bishop f4, try to provoke some weaknesses that way. Seems like it would run into the same problem if I tried to play bishop queen d5. A lot of interesting stuff. This is definitely the last game, though. I did promise my children I would make them dinner pretty soon from now. Promises to children must be kept. That's how it works. Got to get a hold of Alexander tonight. Get the scoop. I don't even know how to get a hold of Alexander. I must, though, right? Because I interviewed him. So, we'll see. Okay. So, Foxy... got a plan, right? It's like here. We got this check. I think I'm just going to move over. I don't really want to get involved in that. I want to be able to respond with taking and not have to worry about all that nonsense. Okay, he moves over as well. I'm going to start here. And I would love it if he lured my queen over. I really don't think he's going to do that. Okay. I also don't mind that, because now I can go here. Ooh, if I go here and here, I don't like that. What about here? Give up the piece. No. Nope, that does not work. Here, where? I'm going here. The plan is going to be here. I've not given up on pressuring the king. I'm just reconfiguring things a bit, to quote some Futurama for you all out there. Oh, cheap viewers available. Wow. I already have the best viewers, though. I don't need cheap viewers. That was a Twitch message. I have to get about 10 ad messages per stream, or it wasn't a stream. Okay, so same interesting issues here. Oh, now when he pushes, it's even more annoying. I'm going to go here and do a little rook lift. See what we can make happen. Might even be some cool sacks here. I don't think so, because there's enough room to dance around a bit over there. Foxy is in a little time trouble. I'm not planning to give him extra time since he's so high rated. Hopefully he's cool with that. What? You're opening it up, huh? No. We're going to keep it closed. And I'm going to claim that I'm the only one who can use it well. I don't know if that's the correct claim. Then I'm going to go here. Okay. I do have this check. Can't really follow it up with anything. That's unfortunate. Okay. So I'm going to go here. Okay. I'm going to take this way. I can't go here. What am I talking about? Oh my goodness. No, I don't know what to do. Come back. What? That is no way that was right. No way that was right, man. No way. Oh, I guess the idea is to go here, though. And then maybe it is right. Initial impression, no way that's right. Now, rethinking it, maybe it's right. Okay. Takes nothing. Going here to go here. This I'm going to have to run away, though. I might get trapped. Oh, I can do that anyway. Bam, check. Taking here. I've got this check. Nope, not anymore, I don't. But I have this. I'm coming in the other way. Coming in the side door. Okay. Okay. Uh oh, I'm getting mated. Oh boy. The tables have turned. This mate, that check looks good. Okay, okay, we gotta move. Check here. Nothing. I don't have anything. I'm gonna go here. Okay, I've got to pass pawn. I'm gonna trade here. Bam. Okay. Now what? Oh, do I win? Do I win? Or is his pawn closer? I don't know. I don't have time to calculate the ending. I am victorious! What a wild end that was. Wasn't a lot of skill involved there. That was just two people trying not to run out of time. Let's see what we ended up with here, though. Okay, I think we both played the opening well. Okay, that was a move that was a little surprising. And I don't think I did that right. The database is to go here first. I don't know. The database says this is the next move. It seems shocking to me that it wouldn't be castle. Then I would castle, then he would castle, and then now I would take. Okay, so I had the idea right of taking. Seems like I got on it a little faster than I was supposed to. But now we're in like totally normal territory. Okay, interesting. The engine likes... No, okay. The database likes all this. Okay. The database likes here, which I thought I didn't like. I didn't like this. I thought I would have to take. And I was like now this is an isolated pawn. You know, white goes here, all their pawns are safe. I don't know, I didn't like this. Engine says e4. Wow, this is just such a wild pawn structure. My brain definitely could not wrap its head around that pawn structure. So that's why I didn't do that. That just didn't work for my feeble brain. So this is these are all the best engine moves. And now the engine says white is up one. That despite material equality, They're just pushing enough where they should be good. So I decided to lash out on the other side, which I think was a good idea. I think if I had just sat there and tried to wrestle with what they had, I think I was in big trouble. I mean, I think I was in big trouble anyway, but at least I'm pushing, right? Okay, engine says take. I was like, no, I would rather open up an attack on a king. Okay, so if I take, now I have the attack I wanted. The problem is, like if I go here, I was worried that the white just has their own attack. So maybe that was the right way to go. I pushed. Kind of went sideways from there. That was not the best move, but we're in time trouble. And now, if I go rook f8, the engine says you're basically even. This is a bad move because of this. Can start pressuring. That's kind of a hard move to find in intense time trouble. I'm bringing all the pieces into the party. And now it is even according to the engine. That's a game-losing, terrible move. What? Engine likes simply going here and holding everything together and saying that as a draw. I went here being like, I'm coming in the side door, and he supposedly can just go here. And if I go takes, what? Rook g8 is the move, or no, sorry, it's for me. Oh right, because I'm about to get mated, so now I have to come here, comes down, comes up, comes over, and maybe I even do get mated. I don't know. I think I went here, and then this is the move I was looking at, and I think that's where a move Foxy missed. I think that would have gotten mate, because we did go down this very similar path, and then he went here instead. And that loses the checkmate. Still winning by a lot. I go here. It's still a mate in 3. Because he could still go here. And it's a mate in 3. But he took trading. And now it's a draw. I think it's even... Oh, I'm winning now. Okay. And this does indeed win for black. Let's play it out. Because I was not entirely sure. I thought white would go... Yeah, so I thought like here, but yeah, nowhere near enough time, and like I win. Okay, so wild game. Good games, Fried Foxy. I really appreciate the Najdorf battles. I feel like I am honing my Najdorf skills a little bit more every time we do it, and this is what you need to find out there. You need to find your Fried Foxy, who is willing to crush you in your favorite opening so that you can practice it, see the ways to lose. I appreciate Fried Fox. He usually doesn't play like every book move. He has like, he plays within book for a while and then he deviates in a way that's, still very reasonable. It is a quote book move. It's just not the most fashionable move necessarily. So I'm forced to kind of expand my horizons even more to be like, well, what would you do against a very good move that isn't the move you memorized, right? This is the problem with playing lines like the Najdorf, is you do your chessable course, you memorize the most common moves, and then they play a not most common move that's a very good, reasonable move, and you're like, oh right, I know like 20 more moves in this theory. What are you doing? You're not supposed to do that. So having someone be able to scrimmage you with that is very, very helpful. So thanks, Foxy, and hope you all enjoyed this one. Fortunately, it is dinner time. Yes, those knight takes e6 sacks are terrifying. I knew that it wasn't right there, right? But I certainly, in the moment in a blitz game, didn't know why. And that's the real challenge of opening theory, right? Is when you know, like, no, that move doesn't work there. It's not good. And then you look at the board and you go, how do I refute that? I don't have any idea. That's when you get scared. And you just kind of rely on your opponent being like, I also know it's not the right move. And I also am not 100% sure why. But we're both working with opening theory rather than actually playing chess. So, yeah. All right. That's going to do it for today. I'll see you all soon. And have a good one. Actually, before we leave, I think I'm going to play Untitled Tuesday tomorrow morning. Let me look up real quick when Untitled Tuesday starts. If it's too early, I won't, because my main goal for tomorrow is to be well rested and feeling great for Tuesday night chess. That is the main thing I'm going to try to do tomorrow. What happened there? It didn't work out. How do I see that? It's like here. Clubs. That's what it is. I went to the wrong club. Club. Chess.com community, and Untitled Tuesday tomorrow is, oh, it's at 10:30 a.m. I should be able to do that. So look out for that. I probably will be streaming tomorrow about 10:15 a.m. for the Untitled Tuesday. So I'll see you then.